Brought to you by Kellogg's. Kellogg's cereals. The best to you each morning. From Kellogg's of Battle Creek. Now let's all play What's My Line?
And now, live from New York, let's meet our What's My Line panel. First, the popular columnist whose voice of Broadway appears in papers coast to coast, Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a new book out. There's a little betting backstage that I'm not going to be able to say the title, but it's Kids Still Say the Darndest Things. Its author is a wonderful guy, and he's with us tonight, Art Linkletter.
Okay, you got it. After considerable research, I've finally decided that my next book will be Arlene Francis Says the Darndest Things in the Most Charming Way. Here she is, Arlene.
Now, everybody's always talking about the girl next door. I'd like to cast my vote for the boy next door. Next door to Random House, that is. Mr. Bennett, Cerf.
And I ask you to cast your eye on those portals there, because through them will pass the handsomest and most polysyllabic panel moderator and news analyst in television, John Charles Daly.
Well, New York finally felt some good, bracing cold air today. You can see it's affected Bennett already. And Art Linkletter, it's very nice to have you back on the panel with us, I must say, sir.
Thank you.
We look forward to an interesting evening. We have some very nice people who brought some interesting occupations to the theater. We'll also have a famous mystery guest before the panel a little bit later in the program. And we'll meet our first challenger after. Now let's meet our first contestant. Will you enter and sign in, please? Donna? Abricia, right? That's nice, firm chalk writing, if I may say so. Is it Miss or Mrs. Abricia?
Mrs.
Mrs. Abricia.
Mm-hmm.
And where are you from?
Los Angeles, California.
Well, it's nice to have somebody from California here. And as you see, you have a lot of friends in the house. I'm sure you have the whole house of your friends, really. May I present our panel? Abricia, will you sit over here with me now, please? Do you know how we keep score? What's my name? Fine. In that event, let the people at home who are watching and the audience that has come to join us in the theater know exactly what your line is. All right, panel, we can tell you that Miss Abricia is salaried and deals in a service. And let's begin the general questioning with Bennett Cerf.
Mrs. Abricia, Los Angeles, of course, being famous as a center of motion picture production and television, I wonder, have you anything whatever to do with either of those industries? You have?
Yes.
Do you do your work behind the scenes rather than in front of them?
No.
That's 1 down and 9 to go. Miss Kilgallen.
Are you then some sort of performer?
Yes.
Do you perform before cameras?
Yes.
Do you do something other than acting, or in addition to acting, I should
Yes.
say? Does this require any special agility or dexterity on your
Yes.
part? Do you do some form of stunting?
Yes.
Are you a stunt girl?
Well, let's say that it's in that great general area, but there's a very particular side of that part of performing that
Well, may I
we're
rule
looking for.
out falling off horses in Indian and cowboy pictures?
Yes.
Do you do stunts with automobiles?
No.
2 down and 8 to go. Mr. Linkletter.
Do you do anything in place of the high-salaried performer who later gets credit for doing it?
Yes.
Would this be in the nature, since Dorothy has brought out that you don't fall off horses or out of automobiles, do you do things which involve stunts that the person that you're standing in for, so to speak, cannot do because of physical danger of some kind?
Well, let's put it this way, and I would say there's an element of physical danger involved. The star would not do it, I would think, more because it does require a substantial degree of training and experience if the danger is to be minimized.
Oh, in other words, you do something which requires a physical skill,
Yes.
which most stars would not have had the training for.
Yes.
And does it involve your own body alone, or are you working with props of some kind?
Well,
You are working with some kind of props.
Yeah, we could call it a prop, something to prop you up, I guess.
We have already...
We're funnier than we are.
We've already ruled out horses and automobiles and kissing. So, so obviously it has something to do with firearms.
Ah, that's very good. That's 3 down and 7 to go, Miss President.
Do you have anything to do, do you wear something other than what you would be wearing now when you are doubling?
Yes.
As a rule. Do you have anything to do with water?
Sometimes.
On or in the water? Sometimes only?
Sometimes only.
Might you double for somebody that has to swim or drown?
Oh, she drowned several times, but we're very fortunate to have her with us tonight. That would not be the fundamental principle involved in the request for the services that we're trying to uncover, so I give you a no. That's 4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Well, Mrs. Abracia, might your activities sometimes take you above the surface of the earth?
Yes.
Might you do some stunting in airplanes occasionally?
No.
That's 5 down and 5 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
You are above the surface of the earth, but you are not in an aircraft. Is that correct?
No, that is not what we meant to convey. Bennett asked specifically if there was some stunting in an airplane, and our answer to that is no.
Outside of an airplane.
Well, I beg pardon, Bennett?
Well, if it's outside of an airplane, I'm
You
going to
mean on the wings of the airplane, Bennett?
No.
That's right. You're wrong again. 5, Miss Kilgallen.
Do you have anything to do with an airplane, whether you are on the inside of it or on the outside of it?
Yeah.
When you are before the cameras. Do you pilot a plane?
No.
That's 6 down and 4 to go, Mr. Linkletter.
I know what you do.
Do you?
Do you wear any appurtenances while you are performing what you are performing?
Yes.
Are these appurtenances openable? That's pretty intellectual, isn't it, Arlene? In other words, you dive out of airplanes, balloons, or off things, and you are either a skydiver or some form of parachutist.
Right. Good deal. Actually, you're with Paraventure, it's called, isn't it?
Paraventure Incorporated.
No, and it presently is in a television program that many of you know called Ripcord, right?
And she
Pull the
pulls it.
ripcord and out comes the parachute. Well, I must say, I thought when they started that we were going to have a very quick time of it, but we managed to tie them up in the air.
Right.
But I would think that's fine, too. I must say the panel's to be complimented, however. I didn't think you'd ever get anywhere near it, because I say our guest looks like everything except a parachutist, and that's what we were after. Thank you very much for being a wonderfully interesting guest on What's My Line. Let's meet our second contestant. Will you enter and sign in, please? Ken Hale, right? Mr. Hale, where are you from?
St. Louis, John.
St. Louis, Missouri. And so we've come from the West Coast into the Midwest. That's a long jump, but a pleasant one. Nice to have you with us. May I present the panel? Would you join me over here, Mr. Hale? You know how it keeps going?
Yes, I do.
Fine. We'll let the theater audience and the folks at home know exactly what your line is. All right, panel, Mr. Hale is salaried and deals in a product. And let's begin the general questioning with Dorothy Kilgallen.
Well, you just threw us all off. We were agreeing that he moves so well, he must be an athlete of some sort. I trust the product has nothing to do with athletics, Mr. Hale? Is that correct?
Well, no.
It's
Yes,
not correct?
yes, it does not have anything to
Yes,
do
it
with
does.
athletics, no.
Is it a product that I might...
these.
Is it a product that I might be familiar with?
Yes.
Is it something that I might have in my home?
Yes.
Would I ever wear it?
No.
No, that's 1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Linkletter.
Is it something that a woman would use more than a man?
No.
Well, now, just a minute. I thought you
Small question, just a second. I would say this, we're going to give you the no anyway, all right? I think there's a technicality involved in one area here, but I think it would be so difficult to define the exact statistical incidence of use that rather than mislead you on a purely statistical basis and wanting to be sure that you're given every opportunity to divulge to yourselves the secrets
I knew
we're
you'd
trying
feel
to
that
get.
way.
Therefore, now, Miss Francis, please.
Is this a product that human beings would use?
Yes.
Is it a product that is consumed?
Yes.
Is it a product that one would buy in a store?
Yes.
Is it something I could hold in my hand?
Yes.
Would I hold it in my hand on my way to my mouth?
Sometimes.
Does that mean I might not swallow it?
Well,
That would be a question that would be difficult for us to answer.
You mean some do and some don't?
Well, yes, well, I would say that you convey it to your mouth on occasion. If you do, we could presume that it would be your normal intention to swallow it, but I can think of some isolated instances where that is not necessarily true.
Is it something that I would have at a party?
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Is it solid rather than liquid?
Yes.
Has it ever been in liquid form?
Yes.
Well,
He melts it down, John.
No, it's solidified.
He solidifies it, yes.
well, this is a grand night, don't you think? It's the bracing air and all that sort of thing. Let me say this. We don't want to mislead you. That it is in solution at one time or another, we will readily admit.
Uh-huh. Swell. Would it also be enjoyed at mealtime?
Yes.
Would it be, rather than a main course, would it accompany one's dinner rather than be the main course at dinner?
Yes.
Is it vegetable as opposed to mineral or animal?
No.
3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Cerf.
It is not vegetable as opposed to animal.
It was, I think the question, what is it, vegetable as opposed to mineral,
Mineral
or
or
animal? Is
Well,
your
you-
question, is it not vegetable as opposed to animal?
Well, now, if it's a mineral, I don't suppose you can eat a mineral. Do we agree that you cannot eat a mineral, John?
Why not?
No.
Why not?
Of course we
I
don't.
eat them all the time.
Mr.
Vitamins and minerals.
Mr. Hale,
Haven't you had your minerals today?
Mr. Hale, might this be found in a confectionery store, candy store?
Yes.
Could be.
Yes, could be.
Is it sweet?
No.
Oh, no, I don't think we
No,
could
I
say it
don't
was
know.
sweet. That's 4 down and 6 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Well, could I have a ruling on this solid rather than liquid business, John? Because I was rather confused by the answer that Arlene got. She is about to put it in her mouth, and you think she's going to swallow it. And yet you're not sure whether it's solid or liquid?
Oh, no, these were two separate questions entirely. The issue as to whether or not it was ever liquid was answered in the affirmative, in that we said that it was in solution at one time or another.
But when Arlene is putting it in her mouth, it is solid. Is that correct?
That is a fair assumption. Although there is a possibility that when she was putting it in her mouth, it would be in solution. This is what we were trying to say.
This is making things very difficult, John.
It would be in solution?
There is the possibility that it might be in solution.
Chewing gum.
No.
Did anybody ask for a conference? 30 seconds for a conference.
Chewing gum.
It's something you might put into a liquid that becomes, part of the liquid.
I think it has something to do with your teeth.
May I rule out that this is a
Dorothy, may I ask a question to Mr. Linkletter?
Yes.
When do you expect to see your teeth in solution next?
I have a great many friends who put their teeth
That'll
in
be
solution.
all, Mr. Linkletter. That will be all. All right, Dorothy.
Mr. Hale, may I rule out that this is a pharmaceutical product of any kind? It is made for enjoyment rather than for any medicinal or...
Oh, dear. I think we
I feel his...
Well, if you wanted to rule out on those terms, we'll have to give you a no. 5 down and 5 to go, and I'm going to give you 1 minute.
Oh, come on, kid.
Was the outcome of that little controversy here that
no.
a no?
It can be medicinal, in other words.
It can be medicinal.
Yes, it can be.
Does it have anything to do with the breath?
What is it?
Does it have anything to do with the breath? Do you want to say it, or do you want me to say it?
No.
No, that's exactly right. 6 down and 4 to go, Miss Francis.
Is it a pill or capsule?
No. 7 down and 3 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Does it contain any kind of liquor?
Not on this program.
No. 8 down and 2 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Is it considered something other than a food?
It must be a
Yes, I would say it is not considered a food, although it has been elicited that it would be used in conjunction with
It's a
food.
vitamin.
Is it something that you said it would be served at dinner or at mealtime?
Yes.
As a rather an accessory?
Yes.
Is it any sort of condiment?
Yes.
Is it rather spicy?
Why didn't I stay home tonight? That's awfully, not exact in my definition of spicy. Let us say it has an other than bland taste.
Does it have a distinctive color?
Yes, very distinct.
Is it mustard color?
No. 9 down and 1 to go, Mr. Leishman.
Is it of value nutritively speaking?
Yes. Well,
Hello there.
Oh, yes.
No, I don't think. I would
Cinnamon?
say so small is its nutritive value that we'll say no. 10 down and nothing else.
Nutmeg.
I heard somebody say it on the
Cinnamon?
panel. I think it was you, Dorothy.
Catsup?
Salt.
Salt.
What does it taste? It's a
Salt
mineral.
has a very sharp taste.
When is salt in liquid
I said it was not bland. When you put it into solution, when you have a sore throat and
Yeah.
gargle it, then you don't swallow it, you spit it out.
I never do that, John.
And I was very careful to say that it was sometimes in solution, and sometimes you would not swallow it, but that usually you would, if you would remember.
But you said you hold it in your hand, and that's unhygienic.
Well, actually, Mr. Hale is with Morton Salt Company. I guess we've all grown up with it all our lives.
Oh, yes.
And I must say we're indebted to them for a lot of good fun. Thank you very much, Mr. Hale. Nice to have you here. Good to be here. We'll meet tonight's mystery guest in just a moment, but first, here is a word from us. And now we come to the special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery celebrity, for which the panel, as you all know, is always blindfolded. The blindfolds are in place, panel?
Yes,
sir. Yes.
Good. Well, you enter mystery challenger and sign in, please. All right, panel, as you know, in the case of our mystery challenger, we go to a different form of questioning. You ask one question at a time, in turn, moving clockwise, and we'll begin with Mr. Linkletter.
Are you in show business?
Yes, I am.
Miss Francis?
Would you be better known for pictures than any other branch of show business?
I think so, Miss Francie.
Well.
Mr. Cerf?
Are you in a picture that has recently opened or is about to open at one of the big Broadway show houses?
Would you repeat that, please?
Would I what?
Would you repeat that, please?
I say, are you in a picture that has either recently opened at one of the big Broadway movie houses or that is about to open?
Yes. Yes, Mr. Cerf?
Miss Kilgallen?
Do you own any property in Switzerland?
Pardon?
Do you own any property in Switzerland?
No.
1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Linkletter.
Are you a girl?
Yes?
Miss Francis?
Well, rather than is the picture about to open, has the picture already opened and is it now playing on Broadway?
Yes, Miss Francie.
Mr. Cerf?
Well.
Is it by any chance of a biblical nature, this picture?
No.
No.
2 down and 8 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Are you a romantic leading lady rather than a comedian?
Yeah.
Mr. Linkletter?
Do you live in Hollywood? That's where you usually stay and work?
Mr. Linky, no.
No?
No.
That's 3 down and 7 to go, Miss Francis.
Is the picture that you are presently being seen in a modern picture, a modern American picture?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Cerf?
Was it made by one of the big studios, such as MGM or Fox?
Yes?
Miss Kilgallen?
Are you married to an actor?
No.
That makes it 4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Linkletter.
I think I should disqualify myself because I can't think of anything else. But I will ask this one question. Are you under 25 years of age?
Oh. I was right.
What was that?
We feel that is a question which tends to invade privacy, so we won't request an answer.
Oh.
Miss Francis?
I'll answer it.
All right.
Who are you thinking of, Lassie?
Let her answer. Let her answer.
No.
No, that's 5 down and 5 to go, Miss Francis.
She's an old
Well, she's not under 25, but obviously she's in that
that
milieu, as it were. I'm just trying to think of what pictures are playing right now
Thunder
on
in the
Broadway.
Grass. She's
It isn't
getting-
Natalie Wood. Are you in a picture called The Hustler?
Yes.
Are you Piper Laurie?
Yes.
Miss Laurie gives a great performance in The Hustler, and it's playing right at the Paramount, Bennett.
Yes, I saw it the other night. Congratulations on a lovely performance.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And thank you for
Oh,
a
her
lovely...
voice has just changed.
It's just
It
changed.
became a very-
Thank you for a lovely performance here, too. Sorry, that was
Thank you.
great fun for me. I hope you enjoyed it, too.
I did.
Nice to have you with us. We'll be back after this word from our office. And this is something I'm sure the panel will want to join me in. Welcome to KGIN-TV, Channel 11 in Grand Island, Nebraska. They have joined our What's My Line Sunday night family, and it's nice to have them aboard. And good night, Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
Good night, John. Good night, Art. Come again soon.
Thank you. Good night, Arlene.
Good night, Art. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Come again. Good night, Bennett.
Welcome, Nebraska, and good night, John.
Well, thank you, Bennett. I thought after that salt venture, at the very least, he'd try to put some on my What? Coat collar? Or how to get out of trouble in the mid-sentence. Art Linkletter, wonderful to have had you with us again tonight. Hope you'll be back real soon. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on What's My Line?
What's My Line is a CBS television network production in association with Mark Goodson and Bill Todman.